All right. So, um, had a glitch at the end of last mission. Game just closed itself. Uh, it crashed. Um, so hopefully we won't have a crash again. But luckily it crashed like just after entering the new instance window, and therefore I didn't lose much more than about 10 seconds. Um, so we are at the basically the final room of the Suvorov prison, the lock. Um, we've gone through most of it. We've picked up as much as we can. I can't figure out that one room that requires a computer unlock. Uh, I could probably go back and find it, but at this point, I was just kind of getting tired of the place, so I said screw it. Um, so we are finishing up the lock, and that'll get us the prison shuttle, and then I can go ahead and start making my dummy ship for um, leveling up Starship Design in a very quick manner, but without having to worry about messing up my current frontier. That is where we're at.
Looks like this was the warden's office. They built the office right next to the shuttle bay for quick escapes, I bet. Smart.
¿Qué carajos took you so long? Look out the window. I'm over here. Took long enough. The intercom. We need to talk. Do you have any idea how long I have been waiting? Use the warden's intercom near the window. Where have you been? Pick up on the intercom.
Nice.
Finally, I was about to give up. Quit screwing around and pick up. Took long enough. Look out the window. I'm over here. Do you have any idea how long I have been waiting?
Warden Tom Gillespie.
Look out the
Authorization
window. I'm over here.
12210. This is likely to be my
Do you have
final
any
log
idea
recording.
how long I have been
The riots
waiting?
that started in D Block have spilled into A, B, and C blocks. I've ordered everyone to fall back to the shuttle bay for
¿Qué carajos
evacuation.
took you so long?
It was prisoner D03118, Jasper Cricks, who led the revolt.
Do you have any
His
idea
crew
how long
tunneled
I have
into
been
the armory undetected,
screwing
and
around?
then all hell broke loose. If the lock is recovered, I urge the UC authorities to perform a full investigation, as Cricks undoubtedly had help from the guards and the staff. I'm now heading to my personal escape shuttle and will try to jump out of the system. Wish me luck. Warden Gillespie, out.
Took long enough. Pick up on the intercom. I hope you found something because I am getting sick and tired of this place. said I was out of my mind, but something told me we'd find the answers down here. Looks like I picked the right person for the job.
Hey, what the hell? This is bullshit, Delgado. I helped plenty.
Is that Mathis? Tell him to shut up. I will deal with him later.
Whatever.
Okay. Now all we have to do is find a way off of this planet. Let me see. Here we go. I'm looking at schematics for the lock, and I don't think there's a way to get you back to the surface from there. But I can open the outer doors to the shuttle bay and let you fly one of the shuttles down there directly up to the key. Don't worry about your ship. I will send some people down to get it. You just get your ass on that shuttle and get out of here. Yeah, sure, and I wish gold coins would start raining from the sky. Now, if wishing time is over, maybe you'd be kind enough to stop running your mouth and listen for a change. Okay, let me see. One of these probably opens...
Shuttle bay activated. Initiating the icing process. Please stand by.
Yup, it's got it. Might take a while, though. Those bay doors have not been opened in almost a century. You have done a hell of a job, Rook. We will talk when you get back to the key.
Yeah, so as it turns out, there is a glitch in the game where you can just access mannequins regardless of the fact they're in a locked cage. So you can take the stuff without unlocking. It's absurd, but it's the case. Of course, this one wasn't locked, so it's not like a like proof of it. But you saw that I got into it before I opened the cage. So.
Why the hell did you lie to Delgado about me? You didn't do all this work alone. Oh, come on. There's no need for that. You're right. Maybe I could have done more of the brain work. But hey, at least I helped you take out those things, whatever the hell they were. Right? Look, about all that killing Delgado stuff, why don't we just forget about everything that I said? You know, like it never happened. Oh, you're gonna be like that, huh? Now, let's get the heck out of here.
All right, big old critter.
You gotta leave some things behind.
I absolutely do not. Mom. There are, of course, other ways to have done that. but I had plenty of ammo. So I had plenty of ammo, so it was kind of a I could do it, but this is simple and I don't have to think. Right. Now, oh, have to use a bunch of aid items. Oh, it looks like a fake. Cockpit. Fucker. Oh no. Right. What are our status effects? Frostbite and lung damage. Increase lung damage. Not frostbite, but lung damage. That's fine. Right, we do not have anything frostbite. really out of level. Hey, it's your first new ship. Technically, this is your home ship now. Go ask the ship tech. Why is it telling me? Auto on the surface. Okay, regardless, we're gonna go ahead and see with Jazz, so we can get our ship back, and we'll figure out what's up here. there's Delgado.
Never do a job unprepared. You need supplies, you hit up the depot.
Ship services? You need it, I've got it. So, looks like we got ourselves a new rook. Once again, I'm Jazz, resident engineer here. Like Neva said, you need ship parts, repairs? I'll hook you up. It may not be wider, but it's not on the books, if that's what you're getting at. I can guarantee your ship will be in good hands. So if you're looking for an upgrade, we got the best selection in the settled systems. Illegal, unregistered, recalled. We sell it all. No question. No. You buy from... I can't have my customers getting caught now, can I? Anything that keeps the UC and Freestar Rangers off your team. Just let me know when you want it. I don't mind helping.
I missed what was there in the.
Sure. Let me punch that up, and we can have at it.
Red sugar. Yep. Not looking. Program management. Get our way back down. Gear upgrades. Out of 13. Terrible. But most importantly, wealth, not quite.
If I had a billion crest, I'd run my own city, like they do. Except in my town, you could do Aurora anywhere. Need something?
Don't even try to rip me off. I know value when I see it.
Sharks are too scared to take the key. Because it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Is something wrong? First time visiting the infirmary, huh? Let me give you a piece of advice. Try not to get into too many bar fights. I'm trying to save my dwindling supplies for sale and pirates coming in off of raids. That's what they all say. So here's what's what. You need med packs, curatives, preventatives, I've got you covered. At least, you need enhancers, legal or illegal? I've got those too. Hopefully that won't. Now, if you don't need anything else, I've got... Now there's an offer I didn't. If you really want to help, I'm looking for someone who can handle them, as in someone who knows how to get the job done without shooting up the place. Well, you'd be one of the first. I politely requested a list of supplies from Gennady Aton at the clinic and was told the price of business has gone up. I think he's back on Aurora, and he's upcharging me to pay for it. And if there's one thing I'm not going to do is subsidize his habit. I want you to make sure he delivers my supplies for the price we agreed on, but without raising any alarms. We'll see. Talk is one thing. All right, let's take a look. Someone's seen better days. Way better. This might leave a scar, but that's what Enhance is for, right? Suck it up. This will only take a second. All patched up, for now.
Alright.
Try not to die out there.
Are you looking to start something? Because I'll finish.
There you are. The hell took you so long?
It's about time. I was about to fly down and loot your bodies.
Not now, neighbor. Well, you said you found something. Hand it over. That's it? Just one slate? After losing so much of our crew, it better be a map with a big red X on it. Well, I'll be damned. Legacy wasn't referring to Crix's fortune. It's the name of an actual ship. A Galbank transport, probably loaded with credits.
Never heard any stories about a Gal Bank ship going down. And even if it had happened, it would have been picked clean years ago.
No, neighbor. Think. If Galbank covered it up, and over time, the location was eventually forgotten, it wouldn't be on anyone's radar. Okay, this changes things. Now that we know what we are looking for, we have to narrow the search. Well, that is not necessarily true. Let us start with what we know. It was a Galbank ship, which means the company is going to have records of where it went down. Neva, weren't you working on a deal with Rokov? Something about a big-wig charity event on one of Trident's starliners?
Are you serious? I've been working on that gig for 3 months. That's my score.
Ay, Dios mío. Will you shut up about your score and think for a second? That Starliner has a Galbank VIP suite aboard, which means... Come on, Ava. This isn't hard.
Which means a Gal Bank exec will be aboard. We grab their credentials and get ourselves into the Gal Bank archives in New Atlantis. Holy shit, that might actually work. I'll send a message to Rokov right away.
Pack your bags, Rook. And since you've earned it, take this gun with you. Might come in handy when Rokov screws everything up as usual. Good, because that is exactly what you are going to be doing. Neva and I are too well known to walk around the Starliner without being recognized. If Trident Security spotted us, it'd be over. I need you to board that ship, make contact with Rokov, and get me those credentials. You'd better. Oh, before you leave, I wanted you to know that I took what you said about Mathis into consideration, and I've decided to cut him from the fleet.
Honestly, I'm surprised he made it off Suvorov in one piece.
We'll see. That's it then. Next stop for you. And remember, Rokov does not need to know anything about Grixis' legacy. For now...
Hey, Rook, before you head out, I need to have a word with you. Meet me.
Hell of a job you did down there, Rook. Hell of a job.
All right. Run here soon. Everything.
holds for the Crimson Fleet.
Shouldn't you be packing for your trip?
Changes are coming, Gale. Huge changes. Crimson Fleet will soon be a much bigger player in this little game between the members of the settled systems.
That's quite a bold statement. Would you care to elaborate?
If you have any last questions about the
Let's
job,
just say that
ask them
I'm
now.
on the brink of a score so large, it makes everything else pale in comparison. Beyond that, you'll just have to wait and see.
If you aren't willing to discuss the details, why grant SSNN this interview?
Simple. I refuse to allow.
If you have any last questions about the job, ask them now.
Making it sound like they're in complete control of the situation. I'm gonna tell you right now, they aren't.
Why does the Crimson Fleet need to make this mysterious move that you're being so evasive about?
I know SysDef instructed you to draw this meeting out as long as possible. So let me sum this up. I intend to make sure that the Crimson Fleet becomes the United Colony's worst nightmare. And nothing, I mean nothing in this universe, will stop me from achieving that goal.
There are those that would disagree with you and claim this interview is grandstanding, or worse, a recruitment tool. After all, SSNN reaches every corner of the settled
Need a
system,
drink?
and your
Dog at the last
aspirations
novel
could
will
inspire
be
the
more than
directionalists
happy to
turn
take
to
your
the
credit.
You and the sheep that listen to your garbage can believe whatever the hell you want. You were so worried
You may
about
not
what
have
I had to
official
say,
security
you
on
wouldn't have
the
allowed yourself to be
We're
brought here.
always looking out for traitors.
Long live the fleet.
So there I am. You see security on my tail? My grab drive just chokes. You know what I find? The baddest leech I've ever
I heard Isla's
Really
sister
got me
is some
stuffed.
hardcore mercenary. I wouldn't get on her bad side.
Tell us about your arrest.
Oh, my arrest was spectacular. Definitely one for the record books. UC Security sent an armada after our little fleet of ships and picked us off one by one until the remainder of us made it to the wheel.
For a listener's benefit, that was the star station in orbit around Voli that you destroyed just before your arrest, correct?
You see, that's what they'd have you believe, but the truth is much less sinister. There was a firefight on the wheel when they tried to bring us in. We holed up, but UC Security unleashed hell. The damage they caused was catastrophic. We only surrendered so we wouldn't die when the station exploded.
Well, the UC says you set demolition charges to try and cover your tracks and make your escape.
That's their story. You'll have to go with your gut on what you think really happened. Anyway, they took us in and tossed us into the lock. That lovely resort they opened on Suvorov.
And you were imprisoned there for how long?
Well, it was supposed to be for life, Gale. But I ended up serving 2 years before I decided I'd had enough.
You see,
Is there any particular reason that you started the riots that eventually led to the worst prison break in United Colony's history?
Yes. I'm quite proud of that, actually. I honestly didn't think it would go as well as it did. As for the reason, well, it's simple. The UC were treating us like animals. The conditions in the lock were ridiculously bad and no one cared. That's why they stuck us on that ice ball in the first place. Out of sight, out of mind.
Your escape caused the deaths of many that were stationed at the lock. Some would brand that as a bit dismissive for what you're describing as a protest. If you were simply advocating for your fellow inmates, why didn't you just go through the proper channels?
And what the hell was I supposed to do? Send a strongly worded letter to my duly appointed representative? Wake up. The UC only responds to actions, not words. In my mind, there was no other choice. You know what? Let's move past my time at the lock so we can get to the point of this goddamned interview.
Yeah, actually, four ranks of shipbuilder.
Let me just ask you one final question before we wrap up.
Fine. Go ahead.
When is enough going to be enough? How many credits does Jasper Criggs need until he's satisfied?
I
All
should
of
have
them.
expected you'd ask such a stupid question. How the hell could you ever understand? You with your fancy education and your sheltered upbringing and your cushy media job. Me, I came from nothing. Everything I own, I've literally drawn blood to gain.
There's no need to get personal. I'm simply trying to state the facts so that our listeners can make judgments of their own.
Lady, I got news for you. Half of your listeners think I'm a hero. The other half are scared out of their goddamn minds, and they should be.
Perhaps we should talk about something else.
No, that's it. We're done. Can you guys get her the hell out of here? Make sure she takes all this sound equipment with her.
Well, that's it then. Thank you for your...
Actually, before you go, Gail, there's one more thing I would like to say.
Yes, of course. What is it?
When you broadcast this interview on SSNN, I want you to remember that I'll be listening. If you edit even one word or manipulate my voice to change anything I've said, I will hunt you down and kill you in front of everyone. Do you understand?
I understand. You have my word.
So wait, say that again. You think I know?
Stop playing games. We both know your real name is Leonel Soto, and you know why I'm here.
Who are you? Fleet? Ecliptic? An independent?
I've spent 2 long years and every credit I had looking for you, just so I could look you in the eye before I pulled the trigger.
Hey, what's with the gun? There must be some mistake. I honestly don't know who you are.
Of course you don't know who I am. You're never concerned with the death you leave in your wake, in your pursuit of greed. You killed my husband, you son of a bitch! And now I'm going to kill you!
The fleet doesn't care how big your bounty is. If you don't earn,
Such
you're
a
worthless to
terrible
all of
shame.
us.
All that time and money she wasted. Ah, well. Better get rid of the body.
with the stuffy.
If you're doing any lifting later, I can spot you.
Sounded a little certain.
Where did your stellar rise to infamy begin?
In the streets of New Atlantis. No parents, no godparents. Just a homeless punk kid robbing whoever he could for the credits.
Were these violent crimes? Murders?
I'm a bit offended you even asked that question, Gail.
I
Sure,
hope Bug
some
has
people
something
here and
strong
there
enough to
walk
knock
away
me
with
out.
injuries, but I'm not some kind of butcher.
That doesn't sound as heartless as your reputation would imply.
The fleet protects our own.
Well, like I
But you
said,
turn against
I was
us.
just a
You're
kid.
dead.
Were you ever caught by the authorities in New Atlantis?
Oh, dozens of times. But I'd just give them a fake name, or they just slap me on the wrist and send me on my way. They obviously didn't think that I'd amount to anything, and didn't want to waste their time with rehabilitation.
What changed that? Was it the robbery in 2218?
2218. Oh, yeah. The Galbank archives. Very good, Gale. See, you've done your research. That would be when I rounded up a few of my buddies and we knocked the place over. Made off with a ton of credits. My first big score.
Is that why the Crimson Scar decided to bring you into their ranks?
That's right. They brought me in, taught me the ropes, and I did crimes for them for 5 years. Till I decided I wanted more. I got rid of their leader, put myself in his place, and started running the show. I've been the one in charge ever since.
Was it absolutely necessary to cut his throat and leave the body on a public street in the well?
On the street, reputation is everything. I wanted everyone in the city to know that Jasper Cricks was taking over.
You check out the
I think they
Reckoner's
got the
Core.
message.
She's a beaut, ain't she?
A slow ship will get you caught. Talk to Jazz if you need upgrades.
Smuggling beats a real job any day.
either put up, shut up, or die. Your choice.
Neither are safe. Depends on how you want to die. Do you want your heart to stop, voltage, or freak out then stop?
Which one has freaking out?
AC.
So when I electrocute someone, best to use that. Got it.
Every captain here's earned their stripes, bleeding for the fleet.
I want to play again. Ping pong table. You and me. 3 hours.
You got the crest. I don't accept loans or IOUs.
I will just rob you and take your credits.
No, you can't.
You've got stuff to smuggle, I've got the stuff to hide it.
Hey, champ. I'm including this month's list of parts I need for the key. Don't bust a gut. It's hefty, but I know you can handle it. I'm gonna need a lot more than usual this time. I'm planning to overhaul the entire electrical system before it completely shorts out. Oh yeah, thanks for sending over the key's reactor specs. I can't tell you exactly why I needed those. Dell said to keep it hush-hush. As far as next month's shipment, start scrounging up some parts so I can spruce up our defensive batteries. They're looking kind of rusty. Well, I guess that's it for now. I'll have my people in New Atlantis drop off the payment at the spaceport. Just make sure you aren't being followed. We wouldn't want the UC to know they're providing replacement parts to the Crimson Fleet.
My ship's busted. Something's wrong with my shields. It's like they aren't even there.
Well, I'm not gonna ask if you diverted power from them, because that would be obvious.
Oh, right. Yeah, forget I even asked. UC will never crush the fleet. They'd have to catch us first.
We call UCC staff sharks, but to the fleet, they're just bait.
Yeah?
Samina can do more than patch you up. She's got a drugs of every kind, if you know what I mean.
So tell us about Jasper Cricks's version of the Crimson Scar.
All I can tell you is that under my guidance, the Crimson Scar became more influential than every other syndicate combined. Here I was, 22 years old, and I had power, people that followed my orders, and an endless stream of credits. Gale, I have to tell you, I was having the time of my life.
So you'd consider extortion, robbery, burglary, kidnapping, assault, and murder to be positive life influences?
No. I'd consider them as just means to an end. Those so-called crimes were merely stepping stones until I had enough wealth to buy the Crimson Scar a few spacecraft.
Yes, let's talk about that. It appears you weren't satisfied with terrorizing New Atlantis alone.
Oh, I've never stopped reaching, Gale. The amount of money we were making in New Atlantis was decent, but the really big scores were in space and the cargo ships. We're talking millions of credits, maybe more. Who the hell could count it all?
Most people assume this is when the UC decided to actively set up a task force to pursue the Crimson Scar.
That's correct. Those idiots in charge of the United Colonies were clearly embarrassed that they had allowed the Crimson Scar to make the jump into space. They sent ships after us. Lots of ships. I almost think that they enjoy starting wars.
Perhaps this was the first time you had finally reached too far.
You could say that. I count my time running the Crimson Scar as a learning experience. I wouldn't say I reached too far. I'd say I reached too fast. Didn't cover all my bases. Made some stupid mistakes. One thing's for certain, though. When I was finally arrested and thrown into the lock, I had plenty to think about.
I suppose it's easy, Mark. They rather pay for insurance than security. Still, it almost seems personal with you.
And what if this? You in or not?
I'm in.
If you need credits, hit up the mission boards at the core.
You don't make it in this life without a good weapon. All right, make it quick. I've got schematics to organize.
That last job didn't pan out. I need something bigger.
Now you buy from me, you can look good and protect your ass at the same time. It's a twofer.
Are you looking to start something? 'Cause I'll finish it.
My prices may be high, but these goods ain't exactly easy to find.
Rook.
Let's see what we have now.
So, Doc, about that rash. It still itches something crazy.
What about the topical medication I use? Have you been using it?
Yeah, I've been eating it daily.
You idiot. You do know what topical means, right?
Of course I do. That's why I spread it on top of my toast.
Just stop using the medicine altogether before you kill yourself. The rash will heal on its own.
Gotta love lack of it. Like, except for the bar. Oh, and the walk path to the docks. Or cargo hold.
Hey, I want to talk to you.
You're supposed to be gone.
Thanks to you, Delgado's cutting me from the fleet. Well, you know what? You better get your own fleet, because I'm coming after you. Oh, I see. You think you're some kind of big shot, is that it? Gonna show poor Mathis a little mercy now that you're Delgado's best buddy, yeah? Well, guess what? Your generosity is getting me kicked up. Oh, I will, I can promise you that. Best part is, now get the hell out of me.
We'll do this part
Stealing
later.
from your own isn't tolerated. That makes sense.
There you are. All right, look. I've been lining up a score with that asshole roll call from the Siren of the Stars for months. I'm not about to let a payday slip through my fingers. So guess what? You're gonna finish the job for me.
My friend's got a point, Bug.
Of course you'll get a cut. That's how everything... Rokov's been tipping me off about some kind of bullshit at the event. They're gonna give a... So it's simple. While you're on the Siren, swiping those...
Those pockets, Bug. Could use a good shake.
Yeah, very funny. You're hilarious. You should stand up on the bar here and start... Look, you can make all the jokes and excuses you want. But if you don't come back with the ES, either way, I get my money. How much you walk away with?
Blow your eggs off.
Then it's settled. All right, Rook, we're done here. Now, get your ass to the...
Next time you see Bob, tell him to lighten up. Guy's got a real attitude problem.
You want to kick back? Avoid the last Nova. Bog's in a funk that'd kill anything.
Is Serena seeing anyone right now? Patience. I gotta sort it.
Kinetics, electromags, energy weapons. Nothing's a substitute for a shotgun blasted face.
Well, you look like you could use one.
Certainly. Let's talk about something else. How did the Crimson Scar become the Crimson Fleet?
After I busted out of the lot,
I decided to take things to the next level. I had the key, a few UC ships, and a couple dozen ex-cons at my side.
They'd have to catch us
but I needed more.
You
So I
see
sent out the call.
Sysdef as a joke.
Once word
They
got
haven't
around,
caught us yet.
it didn't take long for freelance pirates from every corner of the 7 systems to show up.
And this
Ask the
is how
jazz
the
about any
Crimson
ship
Fleet was
upgrades.
born.
Nothing worse than a pile of
Exactly.
shit with no personality.
The key became our base of operations. We spent months reinforcing our position there, making it nearly impossible
Juan
to
said I ain't
approach.
allowed to run New Atlantis.
What was the UC's response to the situation?
First of all, UC Security gave up and handed the reins over to the
Too
big
many
guns,
missions.
the
Not enough
UC
time.
Navy. The Navy, in turn, sent ships to attack the key. I'd say there have been 3 major attacks over the last few years. And as you can tell by the fact we're having this interview, all the attacks were embarrassing failures.
Do you feel these embarrassing failures led them to form UC systems?
Absolutely. They've clearly given up and decided to shove the responsibility onto a separate division.
Need to have Aludra take a look at
That
this
way,
kinetic.
the public eye, the
Recoil's
UC Navy
off.
can move forward, proud and strong, while UC SysDef continually takes all the blame. It's all about PR
Smuggling beats a
spin,
real
Abigail.
job any
That's
day.
how the UC operates. Kinda disgusting, don't you think?
Sounds a bit like you're trying to deflect attention off the atrocities the Crimson Fleet commits on a daily basis.
Atrocities, huh? How about fighting the Freestar Collective over a bunch of rocks hanging in space? How about thousands of people dying while a bunch of pencil-pushing bastards sit in a cushy office and draw lines on a star map? Maybe the United Colonies should stop the bullshit and take a hard look in the mirror to see who the monsters really are.
As long as you put the fleet first, we won't have any problems.
Bog's a softie, if you get to know him.
Every time I see Radley smile, I want to punch him in the face.
I'd kill for some more grog. I'd literally wrap my hands around a man's throat and squeeze.
Alright, looks like we got everything. So we're gonna go to Jazz and upgrade our ship. Not worried about getting like the best that we can do super overly done. But just getting a decent upgrade.
I heard Isla's sister is some hardcore mercenary.
Just getting a decent upgrade. So what I plan to do is after I've gotten the Crimson Fleet storyline completed, and I will. After I've got the storyline completed, then I will go, and after I've done a proper spreadsheet the way I want it, then I will go and do a ship upgrade and probably try to put together an ship guide. All the videos that I've seen so far of guides don't cover quite as much as I would like to. So I plan to go ahead and just set that one up. Scratch. Have that video on its own. For instance, one thing that a lot of them don't really cover is
I wouldn't get on her bad side.
Go on.
Here to upgrade.
Oh, I forgot.
All business and no fun, huh? What do you need? See you around.
At point to time. Okay, we are currently at. Didn't actually. I got it. I did.
Anything ship related? No, but I bet you would. I'm just kidding.
All right. So we're gonna use the prison ship model as our ship dummy. So the first rank you just get you just need to get 5 unique modules. Don't start. I don't believe counting point. That okay. So we'll grab just cheap heals. All in. First rank, you just need to get 5 unique. Why you can put a porthole on top of your reactor, I have no idea. Already done a top porthole. Three. Worried about any of the warnings. Weapon. Or that is 5. That is our 2-5. Check. There is Mills. Other need 15 modules. What was cheap stuff last time? So we didn't have to worry about throwing away money.
If you've got the credits, I've got the time. Sounds like fun. Let's see what I've got.
And this time, I'm going to basically just build a mini ship from scratch. Seconds. Actually, all right. So first things first. Bay. Need is one cockpit. Let's double check. Need to look for ladder going up to double check. You can also do that at a time. You just want back at me. Now we need a hab. Go ahead and go one just for and we landing. I don't really care that it's going to be got one. Maybe a different one, just our 2 through 5. So is still going with something. Do with something. Half drive. Five. What do we have left? Full tank? Soccer. Alright. Lost count of where we are. He Okay, that's the bottom 10. I will get rid of this one. All the way back. Alright. Now that we're have some warnings, that because we what our module count. Module count is 7 out of 15.
If you want to stay under. Sure. It's not like I'm busy. All right.
Right. Eight. Nine. Seven. 12. 13. 14. 15. That should be 15.
Every captain here's earned their stripes, bleeding for the fleet.
even though we don't have enough to actually put, we've gotten to the challenge. So we're about 1,000 XP shy. So the main question is, do we want to uh, go ahead and upgrade the frontier, or do we want to keep coming? My thought process is probably go ahead and do upgrade push for the frontier, and we'll see what's left in terms of still have left, and then probably just have to go out and do some questing for the for getting up to the last rank ship design. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mostly upgrade the front and get it a little better. Where? Go ahead and delete. Pause this so we're not recording 150 deletes. All right, we are back, and we've gotten rid of a bunch of field saves, and I made myself some food. We'll check that we're recording. Yeah. All right. So let's do some upgrades for the frontier. The super ship, as one, we're only level 17, so we don't have access to a lot of the parts.
But just remember, I don't work for free.
But two,
Oh.
have a ton of money, but we got a pretty nice chunk of change. We're going to So, Nova Galactic Frontier is the initial Frontier hab from the game. Only difference between the Frontier and a standard all-purpose is that it has Barrett slates and the Broken Constellation helmet. Like a couple of just basic vendor items that constantly respawn when you move stuff around in your ship. Only thing that you're doing. I think what we're going to do is going to go ahead and wrap the entire ship. Actually, no. Because I want to keep those always. those off. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and move to Hope Tech. Go over to Hope Tech so we'll be able to actually get more of those hallways if we.
I like my weapons like I like my coffee. Scalding.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gail Dunnigan of SSNN, and this is Galactic Talk. My guest tonight is one of the most notorious criminals in the settled systems. His ruthlessness and desire for wealth has landed him squarely at the top of the wanted list for every major law enforcement agency in the galaxy. I am, of course, speaking of the self-appointed leader of the Crimson Fleet himself, Jasper Cricks.
The fleet
Good
is
evening, Mr.
family.
Cricks.
Stealing from
Good
each
evening,
other is just
Gail.
what you call
Thank you
a professional courtesy.
accepting my invitation.
Yes, well, being blindfolded and then Grav jumped to what appears to be an abandoned mining facility isn't exactly what I'd call an invitation.
Well, I'm sure you're not surprised that your request for an interview would come with some very specific conditions.
Frankly, I was a bit surprised to receive any type of response at all. Would you mind telling me why you decided to do this interview?
Because there comes a time in every pirate's life where they have to make an extremely important decision. Do they take a leap and become one of the most legendary pirates in history? Or do they simply sputter on, subsisting on freighters and deep space privateers?
So are we to assume that you're taking the leap? That Jasper Cricks is moving on to bigger and better things in his life?
That's spot on, Gail. That's exactly why you're here.
Interesting. Well then, would you mind sharing with us exactly what your particular leap entails?
In due time. There's no rush. In fact, I'd say we have at least 12 hours before the authorities trace this broadcast. Plenty of time to discuss whatever you like.
Oh, all right then. Perhaps the best place to start this interview would be at the beginning of your career.
Please, proceed.
Are you looking to start something? 'Cause I'll finish it.
Always listen to Delgado, unless you want to get keel-hauled across the key.
I don't trust shielding. I got secret compartments on my ship just in case.
All right.
Yes?
We have contraband. They're like right on the gates. So if I can top off. All right. I forgot we had contraband. Contraband. Five.
Nothing like the smell of a dead shark after you cook 'em with an
The screen's taken.
If you need credits, hit up the mission boards at the core.
Trade Authority takes anything and everything. What'll it be, friend? Buying, selling? The Trade Authority takes anything and everything. The fleet's got an impress. They even managed a legitimate doctor. Business on the Key is like no other. It's a so. Not everyone thinks so. I'm still Trade Authority. There are a few, Neva included. Regardless, as long as the fleet has goods to push, the Trade Authority will always. Business it is.
Duh. I forgot. There's a whole reason to set up an outpost.
You find anything of value, bring it here first.
One of the things that I wanted to try, if right, why is it go up here? That is weird. Okay. Heyo. Not a faction system. Getting one. That's two. Don't. I think it should tell me if I'm hot. Oh.
Thank you. Get up the hill.
Sure.
Tracking you down's been one hell of a chore, but it'll be worth it when we collect.
That's annoying.
I'm gonna make you eat those words.
Are you not going to shoot? It was not shooting at all. That's lovely. Okay, so I go ahead and go back to Crimson Fleet. Couple of upgrades over there.
Yeah?
Sure. It's not like. Yeah, you banged. Oh, yeah.
Alright. Digital weapons we got right now. Shield. Oh, let's go ahead and get bigger fuel tank. Agility. Okay. Got a fair side jump. Four, 5, 6. just because it up. Right. Now weapons. So one slight cheat is go ahead and get one of each of the weapons. Probably a cheat. Get one of each of the weapon types, and go in. Right. So, first slot is going to be your right trigger. Second slot is left trigger. And your W2 is your Y button. Should be. Alright. Reactor class and now landing gear does not actually mean that you don't have enough landing gears. It means that you have enough in the quest. So in this case, it doesn't really matter. Because we're going to be handling it regardless. Right, and it is drop in a sequence where attached modules. Okay. You ever get unattached modules? Find anywhere on your ship. It's all for an Xbox controller that is left button. Whatever's not highlighted is the thing. Also, since you selected all, you could just fire ship. Drag it off to the side. Whatever's not. So yeah. In this case, the grav drive. So that's why it didn't. Right. So we're not actually done. But what we're doing is got one of each of the weapon types. The missile, laser, and one of each of them. Then I was positive that would just go with I figured. Apparently not. Okay. But didn't do what I wanted it to. Oh well. $25. 25 shield damage, 8 hull damage, or 2.5 fire rate. Multiply the numbers together. 2.5, 8, have 20. It'll be 20 DPS for hull damage and 62 for shield at fire rate. That is 4 power. If you have 4 power, the max you can have power in any particular system is 12. So if it uses 4, that means that they'll only be able to put 3 of them on. And so, even then, even without doing that, just that shield damage, 10, 6.65, that's 66. Whereas this one was only going to get us roughly 60. However, that's also one less power, which means we can put 4. Just straight out classes. Missile launchers. Fire rate of 1, really simple. Fire rate of 1, really simple. Now, 1.25, so it's going to go a little higher. So what our damage is actually going to be on this one is about 75 versus 71, because it's fire rate versus. However, on top of that, max power of 4 means I can only fit 3. 4 on there. Yeah, massively. However, if we come down to 70C, 56, 4 of them is going 450 versus 300. Significantly more money, but we have the money for it. Alright, doing EM. Let's find where EM. Does not look like there is another. That's fine. Right. Engines. They'll only tell us what's in the same upgrade stream for engines. Well, I thought it would do the same, but apparently not. So it's not too useful to actually look at upgrade. Back to the shipbuilder. Again, max power of 4, that means we're only going to be able to do 3 of these. So we'll go ahead and drag this shield back on top. Grab that. Get a structural or a weapon mount. Item lets you put like an equipment, but apparently we don't have access to it. So let's see if there's anywhere to let us put it. Aside from won't even let us. Always mount it up here. let us know. That's fine. I won't let technically, that would shoot just fine. I don't like doing that because it always feels like. There you go. All right. All right. So that is maximized for what we can carry at the moment. Having trouble earlier. So we're probably going to get a go ahead and put our strong, even though I don't. Okay. That is our strong. Be able to attach it. Yeah. All right. Lost a little top speed. Um, just because we don't have the top speed, but I've not yet been able to figure out where it actually tells you that in this screen as to what your top speed is. Throw an engine on. Um, actually has that stat anywhere, but it is. We have basically used all of our money, but we are pretty strongly rated. Did save just before this, so and we are at 18 reactor power. Um, we only have 18 reactor power with the um, reactor that we have right now. Whereas if we powered everything up fully, we're using 50. Not too worried about that because you don't actually need to have your weapons at anything higher than just one power, uh, as long as you can do stuff fast. And in this case, should be able to kill things very quickly. We will see.
Are you looking to start something? Cause I'll fix.
All right. Check. Oh, that's right. We do still have it. Check it. Oh. Route. Megan first. Megan is hot. He oh. If we have cash flow. Also, yep. We can go ahead and sell. Main thing was that I just contraband. Sell everything else. Actually, go to all the different stores, all the different things.
Looking to make quick work of your enemies? Well, well. Neva's new. Everyone up? Good thing I'm not here to impress. I carry most of the standard hardware. You know, kinetic. Occasionally, I stock a few... Just don't screw me over or I'll be inclined to give you a free... Not being intimidated by me is one thing. A little advice, Sadiqi? You bleed for the fleet bleed. Anyone who says otherwise is either lying or getting ready to stab you in the back. Don't say I never did you any favors. Take your pick.
Don't like shotguns at all.
Need more weapons or ammo? Come see me.
Kinetics, electromags, energy weapons. Nothing's a substitute for
Captains handle
shotgun
most of the
blast to
patrols.
face.
We've earned
Now you
that
buy
trust.
from me, you can look good and protect your ass at the same time. It's a twofer. Let's get you set up. Hi, I'm here if you need me.
Always ask for a bigger cut. It's all about making those credits.
All right, let's get this over with. Whatever.
Smuggling beats a real job any day.
See anything you like? Hey, I'm always ready to take credits off your hands. Come back and see me sometime.
I hope you've brought me something interesting. What'll it be, friend? Buying, selling? The Trade Authority takes anything and everything. The fleet's got an impress. They even managed to let business on the key is. Not everyone thinks. There are a few. Regardless, I'm sure we can work.
Okay. That should be enough to
You
get
find anything of value, bring it here first.
good cargo modules. What I'm really hunting for.
If you want to. No, but just remember, I don't. All right.
Okay, that's still 90. Okay, back up to 100. And still got 2,100 cargo versus the 13. Right. This is an ugly mother, but it works. Got the money for it, and it'll fly. Does still have 100 mobility, which is nice. That's, yeah. All right. I am not sure why it is saying that we're coming from way outside of the map. I guess we'll just fly to some. Just flew. Or we just saved, rather. So if the bounty hunters do jump us here instead of where we were before, which they probably will, because I think that's how the bounty hunters work. I think they just jump every so often. I think they probably count based off the number of jumps. Give it a minute just to see if it'll jump in. Maybe. Right. Explorer's route. I think it's this. It's this. Pretty sure that's where we ran our first. Right. We're gonna keep giving 30 seconds or so time. Best to give those bounty hunters pretty good chunk of fuel. We don't have to make any pit stops. So we don't have to worry about getting cans when we do it. So since we don't have much money left to do much more in the line of ship upgrade, we're just going to store our contraband and then do our sorting, our cargo sorting. We always do. Oh. We will just pull everything off the frontier. All keep flat. I do wish that they would give the option for a category to contraband or stolen. Right. That is it. I don't know why I hit cockpit board. Alright. True. Yep. True. And Esco.
Is something amiss?
Vasco is probably outside.
Captain. Commencing item exchange protocols. Goodbye, Captain.
All right. I'm actually getting tired, and I think actually close to like 4 hours of recording. So take a break. And 3 hours of recording. So I think we're going to take a break, and it's like, doesn't mean that the next video is going to start out with inventory management, but oh well.